Dan Ulasi made his stance clear on the ongoing presidential election petition tribunal case. He hopes for the election to be nullified based on the evidence presented by Mr. Gregory Obi, as he believes it proves the lack of fairness, credibility, and freedom in the election. Ulasi anticipates that annulling the election would provide an opportunity for all groups involved to strategize and plan for a new election. Is it this Dan Ulasi that is talking like this? This same man who was against all over the place to before the election, talking against or talking down on Peter Obi, is the one who is now saying that the evidence brought to the tribunal by Peter Obi should be looked into, and he looks forward for the cancellation or the annulment of the election. Chief Ulasi has expressed his views on the ongoing presidential election tribunal case that the Court of Appeal. His statements were captured in a viral video that circulated online. In the video, Ulasi expressed his anticipation for the election to be declared null and void. Looking at the evidence tender so far at the presidential tribunal, I will be shocked if a different judgment is made. I'm looking forward that the election should be annulled and a proper election held. That is when every group should re-strategize. Some people will say even if they do the election 100 times, some people will win. If they do the election 100 times, some people will still tell you it was being rigged and all of that. I think what is causing this katakata is because INEC was unable to follow its guideline. It was so reckless. All of them know, all of those people are telling you that it has to be that there's no election that is perfect. That INEC has the right to conduct the election the way it likes. No, not you giving people hope. And the glitches that they are complaining about, they can't even give a proper one to that. A proper, analysis on that. Ulasi explained that the Labour Party's presidential aspirant Peter Gregory Obi has presented compelling evidence to demonstrate that the election was marred by irregularities and lacked fairness and credibility. Based on the evidence presented at the presidential tribunal, Ulasi stated that he would be genuinely surprised if a different judgment were to be reached. Of course, that is what a lot of Nigerians are really saying. Expressing his opinion, Ulasi emphasized the need for the election to be annulled, paving the way for a fresh and properly conducted election. He believes that such a step would necessitate all parties involved to reassess and re-strategize their political approaches. And don't forget that INEC said, because some people will now be telling you, where would they get the money from? Where would they get the money from? It is not possible. Please let us just carry on. Let us just move on. You are moving on. You have seen what you are moving on to for. And also, because don't forget that INEC told Nigerians, he told the students for where the money, that they have enough money to do a rerun. They said it. They have money to do a rerun for the election in case there's anything. I think that was before election. All of those things that they said, at the end of the day, they began to make a U-turn and making Nigerians looking somehow. Thank God for internet. Thank God for recording. Thank God for things be put in place. Nobody is going to come out and be telling us that oh, that was not what they said. Of course, they see, these people are so dubious. They will still come out and tell you that that was not what we said. You are taking our statements, you are taking our word out of context. It was just a figurative speech. Really? Of course, all the agbados, and they have come out to say, how dare you? This man, get sense. This man, something is wrong with you. It is not possible. But just like we said, INEC itself had said they have enough money to do a rerun if need be. Well, of course, you know what will happen now? All the agbado will now begin to say Igbo, because the man is an Igbo man. And like I said from the beginning, this is the same Ulasi that was telling us that talking down on this man, Peter Obi. Of course, they all know the truth. He was talking on Peter Obi, and all these agbados, then they were like agbadorians, they call them. They were like, go man, yes, we still have an Igbo man who tell them if your people will listen. But now he's saying something different. I heard they will not be able to swallow the truth. Yes. Oh, Igbos are not appreciative nor grateful to their tribes, only threats and abusive ways. Yorubas are beautiful people. they know Igbo weak points, have the brain to follow them, and have the brain to follow them. Yes, Yoruba are always claiming wisdom, intelligence, civilized, and so on, but all these are mere wish lists as a projection of their inferiority. Where you keep claiming superiority at every angle, then on a psychological level, you are trying to mask your obvious inferiority complex orientation. Well, Ulasi, don't just worry, it is already annulled in your dream. You are dreaming. Brought certain ballot papers to the tribunal. Where on earth you see people counting blood ballot papers for any candidate in any given election, or you are blind? Your brother initially claimed in the court of law that he has a 50 witnesses, and at the end of the day he brought only 12 or 13. Those ones too are fake. Well, to cut it, are you aware that aware that APC, Tinubu, and INEC are yet to defend themselves? That is why I said you should not compare court like that of village headmaster. Okay, oh, we don't hear you. This old man, go home and eat fufu and sleep. Tinubu won the election fair and clear. Obi lost election in the north. So Obi lost election in the north. Tinubu lost election in the southeast. So what makes you think that Obi lost election in the north cannot make him president? Meanwhile, in the southeast, Tinubu lost election, but he won. Or are you telling us that all these people that they brought from a neighboring country, from the northern side of the country, or this thumb printing they were doing, or this age, what do they call this, underage voting, is that what you think that they will be counting as a what is it called, result? We shall see. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on it.